Good morning, vinyl community, crime community. Show a record here. Dino, Desi, and Billy. They say Desi Arnaz Jr. got me in a lot of trouble when I was a kid. He was dating one of my girlfriends, went on the Casey Kasem show, and his father was threatening me on national television. This is a mono record on reprise, and I'm looking at the producer. It says the producer is Lee Hazelwood. Lee Hazelwood is the same producer that came out of this thing. So we're not going to go into all that right now. We're just going to read Charlie Manson's parole hearing statement from 1986. As anyone in the know knows, through the state of California, the country, and the world, the lawyers, courts, and government of the U.S. lie cannot be trusted. U.S. Department of Corrections included. To keep the so-called Board of Parolees from telling more about lies about me, my family, brothers and sisters in soul and truth, and of God, I have come to this hearing to make statements to and for the public record by marked in history. I have been kept in handcuffs for over 16 years and kept for the most part in solitary confinement as the so-called authorities kept changing the names from solitary administrative segregation to quiet cells to other cover-ups each time the court ordered limitation of solitary time or the public began to hear about mistreatment. The fears and guilts were covered up by the distortion, lies, and confusion to mislead and misform the public for more tax dollars and bitter crime justice business, actually fed by the misfortunes and blood of children. I've been kept in mental wards, put wards. I've been beaten, drugged, and have lost track of the times I've been handcuffed to the bars or left to be killed. Inmates have told me that doctors and other CD staff have tried to kill me by telling me lies about my pregnant woman and eating their unborn babies, or have implied threats to their personal safety along with promises of parolees and other favors. I have witnesses to all I say, but no court will touch it because they broke their laws to put me back in prison, and each day they break all the laws by keeping me. They violate every human right in the book. They keep preaching to the world as if they had no sins and we're all good guys. So for years, doctors and staff have been falling off me with heart attacks, sickness, killing themselves, or being murdered as they did me all wrong by trying to use this case to get a new prison system and continue to pick up the paychecks. I see all new cops, new staff. For each inmate sent to kill me, the prison system has lost staff. All of the judgments and the blame that is pushed off on me will be reflected back in the fires of the holy wars that you call crime. It suits your fears not to face the actions you are creating and calling up on your prison crime factories as your deceit is reflected. And then you are paid for the stories of crime sold to the public in TV and movies. The children of the 1960s that you call the Manson family wanted to stop a war and turn the government and world to peace. You gave their lives when they took lives, and they knew it. They gave all to the cleanup, ATWA, air, trees, water, and animals, the whole of life on earth, in love and concern for brothers and sisters in soul. They gave it to their brothers and sisters out of cages and to touch some intelligence upon the earth. By living next to the land, we did see the drought and famine coming. By my part, I was complete and willing to take responsibility for any influence I had over the mind of all, but your courts ran for the money and away from their own fears, guilt, and responsibilities. They didn't want to confront the truth about themselves. Your government invented the Watergate cover-up, but never did say what they're really covering up. Holy wars invoked from the soul when Manson, a.k.a. Lord Krishna, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, the Buddha, was condemned by the press and the people of California versus Manson. You condemned yourself. You condemned yourself in the so-called Manson family, putting the Son of God in the prison cross again. I broke no law, nor God's, nor man's law. God knows this. The Holy Spirit knows, and anyone in the truth knows. What are you buying and selling in God's name? You will suffer. With your own judgments, convicting yourselves of being Satan. The Antichrist, you stand your world on fire. I am Abraxas, the Son of God, the Son of Darkness. I stand behind all of the corners of the world. Under I get my rights, no one gets rights. I'm God's messenger from and in the truth, brother and son of all men. 666, your computers will print the same readout in your book brains. Until I get the same rights my fathers had, I will stand in Nixon's place, convicted of the false prophet, as fires burn and the children starve, and the land dies along with the air, and the wildfire becomes poison, and the trees are being cut out so fast the wildfire will not survive, not without the world changing. I say did, in fact, invoke a balance of life on the earth. From behind the same locks of courtrooms and from the world of darkness, I did let loose devils and demons with the power of scorpions to torment. I did unseal several seals and 7 jars in accord with the judgments placed upon me, upon my circle. All who had no forgiveness will have no heart, but did set loose upon the earth destruction of the balance of their own judgment. These are the people who gave their own children no chance for survival. These are the people locked in death wishes they were projected onto the minds of their children. In the faithful, I say this, so far that understanding can be touched, and because I know that you have been misled, I did live among you and in the will of all, and in and out of prison for over 20 years before I was picked on trial in 1969. Before the 1940s, I lived a lifetime in and on your prison cross, kept in your punishment to be your goat, your blame, all of your bad, long before your children of the 60s picked me up in my will from the leftover garbage of past wars you waged upon your young. I am a child of the 30s, not the 60s. I told and answered in truth for what I asked, what they did and do to balance themselves in their own points of view with the little life they said they wanted to their own responsibility. You gave them your blame and all of their problems, but no forgiveness that you were, your reflections. You kept your children in cages and wanted new prison crosses for your own profits. And the same cycle continued as your judgments are pushed off onto the unknowing people for more tax money and old and useless jobs. They're also making up more TV movie crime. If you don't have enough, know this, from the prison graves of Christhead is no new trip, and the so-called Christians have been and are feeding on the blood of the Christian children. You are so misled and caught up in fires, and your souls and your injustice are locked in the bank. Actors play your leaders in the same war patterns set by the dead. You could have parole. I could have a parole, and I have no soul. I'll keep my soul and shirk your parole. You people have no authority from justice. You're crooks running the numbers racket. You got no respect. I don't want into your thoughts and anything but a number, and you are dismissed from any service to claim to do the same of God. Prison is a frame of thought. I'm out of that. I don't want out of your prison unless I can go with my brothers and sisters. I'm not heartbroken. I have the whole world and I'm not my family. I would have nothing. I'm not broken. I'm not beaten. My only holy revolution is in full swing. I am my own government, even if Reagan is trying to ride on my life. I am my own court and judge in my own world and my own God. In my own rebirth movement started behind the judge's chambers in 1943. God is in me and I'm in God, and we are both the spirit of justice for the world. You can try to kill me 1,000,000 times more, but before you cannot kill soul, truth was, is, and always will be. You have beaten me, broken my neck, knocked my teeth out. You've drugged me for years, dragging me up and down prison hallways, laying my head on every chopping block you've got in this state. Chained me, burnt me, and you cannot defeat me. All you can do is destroy yourselves with your own judgments. All you cannot get under me and in God's will not live over me, but for a short time, that will grow to be 1,000 hells. You are not only gave me the heads of truth by lying, but have made me Christ 4 times in the world. Thought, Satan 4 times, Abraxas 4 times. but I've already was the 666 for 17 years in government prisons, and still another brother in that chamber of thought with knives and darkness. My 666 beast is running free outside, with permission to do anything except to destroy water, air, trees, and wildfire, or the people with the marks of the family on them. My armies move in ways beyond your programmed book brains in the Holy War to redeem life on earth. For ATWA, this move in all things everywhere, coming from all you don't know, from all you can't or won't try to understand. There are many people who have already made a lot of sacrifices in order to turn the world around to redeem their own Atwa. So the people who lie and are lied will suffer the sufferings of a lot of people who gave. Reborn Christians are for in their rebirth, don't need to find God's world in books. The people who want life on earth are with me in the will of life and the working beyond money. The others can go to their deaths, however, and wherever they find it. The same God I speak of is one God of one God, the world, one court, one government, one order, one mind. Or continue with the madness you have judged for yourselves to live in forever. This time has ended and will catch up to each person's thoughts as it does. Because 1969, for over 20 years, I suffered your prison cross. I gave that to life because I didn't know the difference. I forgave, and it is in my will to forget. But the last 15 years, there is no forgiveness. The IPCR is the green filled with the red bull. Until all is accepted, one God, one government, one order, there will be no order. One religion or no religion. Religion is God's biggest problem. This is a circle, embraces all that is within it. So does the Godhead embrace all. No one has the power to divide this circle, to surpass it, or to limit it. To do so will be your discrimination, your destruction. Not for the second. In this, all that was said about me, it was not me saying it, but it was you seeing a false prophet. It is only the reflection of your judgments. And in truth, and in motions, not words, that speak of the Manson family. We each have our own words and judgments. I have no judgments outside of what you all have set for yourselves. I am content wherever I am. Wherever you do or say does not touch my inner circle. I have peace within myself, peace of mind. Charles Manson, P.S. The U.S. started the Second World War. We're going to end now and say thanks to these guys for bringing truth to this file that is still an open file. Because these are the children of the families I grew up with, and they're all mobbed up by a guy named Lisa Hazelwood, another mobbed up group. So we'll pray for all the friends and family, and we pray for forgiveness, and bless all the children.